University of Boston,
Yeah,
our new place
just came from there.
of residence. What motivated you to co-found that?
Well, we thought it'd be great to have a world-class university here. There's no top private university in Austin. We wanted to compete with Stanford, Harvard, MIT, these others. We think there's some things that are still good about those universities, but there's a lot that's gone wrong. There's a lot that's broken. I'm personally deeply concerned about just like, you used to have these young people would go to these places. You go to Harvard and it's like this like pathway to a functional elite, and it's elite that's like has a sense of duty and that has a sense of excellence, and it's like it's clear where they're going when they're there. And I think we taught just implicitly in our civilization, we taught courage, right? We taught like pride in our civilization and in the duty we have, like that we've built this upon hundreds of years of progress from the Enlightenment and from our classical values. And here's what the classical values were and the virtues in Rome, and here's what the Judeo-Christian wisdom was, and here's all stuff that came from that. And this is all stuff you kind of built the great men of our civilization with these values. And nowadays, you go to a top university and there's no sense of duty. There's no sense of pride in civilization. I think most of these kids couldn't even tell you what the classical virtues are anymore or have any idea about why they were important. Most of them, if anything, probably are dismissive of like wisdom from Judeo-Christianity as opposed to appreciating how that shaped our civilization in positive ways, right? With the radical equal dignity of human life. And most of them, they've lost the lessons of the Enlightenment and how that was filtered into our government and what that means for the West and why America has been an example, right? If anything, I think we're taught about why America is terrible. And so, and then on top of that, I think the worst of all, so you miss all the wisdom, but then the worst of all is you're basically taught the opposite of courage. You're taught to shut up and go along. You're taught that if you speak out, there's something wrong with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're taught that everyone's supposed to virtue signal. And so if you have a whole generation of our supposed elite that are all taught to be like beta and wimpy and scared, that's terrible for our civilization. That means we're going to give up everything. And so, I think even having one university that starts to teach the wisdom, but try to create people who speak up, who debate, who have the intellectual humility not to say this is just my way of thinking of it, but to have actual debates where they listen and they learn, and to go out in the world and to model that culture and model that courage for others. That's a really big deal for our civilization.